Hi, it's Jessie with Plan with Jessie, and I want to do an update on my first week in my Hobonichi Techo Weeks Planner. Now this looks different than when you saw it last. I have decorated it. So I have mixed feelings so far this week using it for a week. And I'll get to some of that, but interestingly, when I was planning this morning to make this video, I figured it was going to be kind of on the negative side, but then I made some changes to my setup and now I'm liking it way more, so I just need to give it time, and I think I am really going to like this book. So first of all, it was just a plain white, a sort of off-white cover, and I used this cat washi. This from, actually I think I got this at Walgreens or something like that. I've had this for a really long time, but I haven't really used it because it is so thick that it's not practical for my planning pages. But for this purposes of decorating this, I thought it worked really well because it's so thick. You know, I only needed a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 layers. I did it all around the back too. And I made a video of me doing it, and then I thought it was kind of silly to put that as sort of a tutorial because all I was doing was putting tape on here. It's not really anything complicated, but maybe I'll put a little bit of a clip in there just to show you how I did it. Okay, so aside from that, now the change I made earlier today, which made me really happy, was something seemingly very minor. So I had done this cat washi, and then it was just sort of hanging over a little bit and kind of peeling up in some spots, so I thought, okay, I need to lay it down. So I used this purple, it's not really washi tape, it's scotch, but it's more like just colored tape. So I used that to lay it down, and the reason why this made such a happy difference to me, let me show you my a weekly page. So instead of being blank on the edges, sort of, and all you can see is that cream interior, now it's purple. And for some reason, visually, I really like that. My brain sort of clicked a little more, and I really liked looking at the page because I was having problems for a few reasons. I guess we'll get into that. So the one problem that I have is that the numbering is very light. You can see here how I wrote over it to make it dark because it just doesn't pop out. So that was really bothering me. I like the grid. I wish this side was grid. I mean, you can sort of see the grid because the paper is so thin. You can see the grid from the opposite side through, but it's not actually grid paper. This is actually unlined paper. So I kind of wish this side was grid too. Just the major problem that I was having this week was getting used to a week on a page. So last few weeks I've been using this week on 2 pages. So to go from a week on 2 pages to a week on 1 page, it's sort of been confusing for my brain to look at things from top down rather than across. So what I tried to do for this first week, I didn't do a plan with me, but this is what it looked like. I ended up putting divider stickers across, trying to make, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on down. But I didn't like it. I just didn't like how it looked. I can't even really explain why I didn't like it. I think what I want to do for next week is do more traditionally how I think a lot of people use this, and do planning on this side and then use this grid side for to-do lists or tasks for the whole week or reminders, or even I could do like short little daily pages as needed. Like on days I'm in the office, I might need more, but then on, you know, just mama days, I might not need as much. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. So I think I'll do a plan for next week, doing this sort of how I typically would decorate or set up for the week, and then used this side for notes. And we'll see how that goes. Because earlier today, actually, in my head, I was thinking, all right, I think I'm just going to go back to this and use the weeks for a journal. But I do think I need to give it another week to try out, you know, a different setup and do like I said. And I will see if I like that. It is interesting how much more my eye catches the page with this purple edge. Like I said, it seems like such a minor thing, but it really makes me happy that there's some color to it in the background as opposed to just being all cream all the way to the edge. Because this is what the inside looked like. You know, this is what it looked like to the edge before I put the tape on. Quickly, I want to show you what I did for March. I wanted to test the theory that you can watercolor on this paper. So these are, I used watercolor crayons. These watercolor crayons from Michaels, which maybe I'll do a video showing how these work. Basically, you just color with the crayon and then add water to it with a brush, and it makes watercolor sort of appearance. But the problem was that I had already put in appointments, and so it smeared them. Like this, I put in after, and you can see how that's not smeared. So next time when I want to do this, if I do decide to do it for April, which I might do, well, I already wrote in April, though. So then, let's see. Alright, so June, I haven't written anything yet, so maybe I can do June. So when I write on it, it's not smearing, because that's really annoying. But it did, I mean, it does take the watercolor, and you can still write on the back. You can't see the color through the paper, so it is pretty amazing. Alright, so that is just a quick overview of how my first week in the Techo Weeks went. Thanks for watching. Bye!